Czechia's president is working to quell Chinese aggression following a top Czech official's trip to Taiwan. The president is known for his pro-Beijing stance, thanks to a Chinese businessman who served as the president's economic advisor but has since disappeared.
At least one person is getting nervous over the diplomatic clashes between the Chinese regime and the Czech Republic. On Sunday, Czechia's pro-Beijing president Miloš Zeman went on TV to criticize the head of the Czech Senate's recent trip to Taiwan, calling it boyish provocation. The Senate Speaker Miloš Vystrčil made headlines last week for unreserved support for Taiwan's democracy during the trip, making a similar declaration as the late U.S. President John F. Kennedy's "I am a Berliner" in defiance of communism.
Já jsem Tajvanec. Už Taiwan.
Beijing threatened that the Czech speaker would pay a heavy price for his visit. Prague summoned China's ambassador over the threat. The Eastern European country is now seeing its foreign policy at a crossroad. A member of NATO and the European Union, the Czech Republic started to lean towards Beijing when its current president came into power in 2013. He had publicly supported the Chinese regime's claims over Taiwan.
There was very bad relationship between China and former government of the Czech Republic. Former government, I stress. This is a restart.
That's thanks to a Chinese businessman who later became the economic advisor of the Czech president. Ye Jianming, a former Chinese oil tycoon, was the chairman of CEFC China Energy. Though in name a private enterprise, the company was able to gain global influence and connection that made even China's state-owned companies jealous. In 2017, the company bought over 14% stake of Russia's state oil giant, third only to the Russian government and UK's BP. And according to a New York Times report, the chairman was meeting with influential Americans, from a former CIA director who later became President Trump's advisor to the then vice president's son, Hunter Biden. And when American authorities started to investigate the company and arrested one of its executives, the first phone call he made was to Mr. Biden's brother, James Biden. When Chinese media asked their secret for success, the company's CEO said its founder, Ye Jianming, always stressed that the company needs to be, quote, patriotic.
We still need to closely follow the government's policies and serve the state's strategic interests. In the past few years, CEFC China Energy has made some really good strategic layouts in Middle Asia and the Middle East. All of these layouts are to serve the government's strategy.
In the Czech Republic, CEFC set up its European headquarters, investing in real estate, a football club, local breweries, and Czechia's national airline. Chinese state media touted the company's big promises of more investment. China's state-owned banks promised to secure funding for the future investment. But things came to a screeching halt when Ye Jianming was arrested in China in 2018. His whereabouts have not been known since. The investments were never fulfilled. CEFC's assets in Czechia were taken over by a Chinese state-owned company at a very low price, leaving the East European country with not much other than a pile of debt. The Czech president's tie with Beijing brought a backlash. The opposition Pirate Party, which takes a tougher approach against Beijing, grew much stronger in the 2018 election, marking a second transition in the country's attitude towards Beijing. Reporting by Penny Zhou, NTD News.
U.S. presidential campaigns are in full swing, but in the meantime, Taiwan's Democratic Progressive Party legislator Wang Tingyu revealed that social media app WeChat's so-called Chinese Circle group has started circulating something curious: voting guidelines for Chinese Americans designed to help Joe Biden win the election. Wang posted a screenshot of a document on Facebook, which reportedly details the number of Chinese American citizens who live in the 4 U.S. swing states. The chart also lists a budget breakdown for mobilization to stop President Trump from being re-elected. Wang further pointed out that these screenshots are from the Chinese WeChat circle in the U.S. The social media group is reportedly inviting Chinese Americans to join a project, promising that they'll earn hundreds of thousands of dollars by sending messages and building connections with influential people. It's also said that if Trump is re-elected, Chinese companies like telecoms giant Huawei, video sharing app TikTok, tech giant Tencent, and e-commerce website Alibaba will suffer greatly. China's largest chipmaker could be blacklisted by the U.S. A Pentagon spokesman said the Trump administration is considering clapping export restrictions on China's top chipmaker, SMIC. The Department of Defense is considering adding the company to the U.S. entity list, which would restrict U.S. companies from selling SMIC tech without a license. SMIC issued a statement in response over the weekend, saying it was in complete shock over the news. While no specific reason was given for the action, the Pentagon has warned in the past that the Chinese regime's tech, including semiconductors, are likely to benefit China's People's Liberation Army. It echoes similar sanctions the U.S. clamped on Huawei, barring U.S. companies from selling to the U.S. firm. The U.S. last month blacklisted 24 Chinese firms and individuals alleged to be part of construction and military actions in the South China Sea. SMIC shares fell on Monday following the potential ban, the stock down by over 17% in Hong Kong.